Hello, I'm Eric Fingerhut. I'm the president and CEO of the Jewish Federations of North America. What an honor it is to be part of the Days of Gratitude 2.0, and especially to participate in the kickoff of the first month's theme, Noticing the Unnoticed. On the theme of gratitude, I want to begin by expressing my gratitude to the Schusterman Foundation, the Jim Joseph Foundation, the Maimonides Foundation, and M Squared for having the inspiration for this great program. And I understand that this has been organized originally by the Schusterman Fellows, who are such a blessing to our community. For over a decade, my various jobs have taken me on the road a lot. I've been away weeks at a time. I've flown over 100,000 miles a year. I've often been in a different city, on a different airplane, and in a different hotel 4 to 5 days a week. But since March of last year, for 9 whole months, I've taken exactly one trip for a total of 4 days. The rest of my time I've spent right here in my basement in Washington, D.C., my back to these same books, facing this same computer. So what have I noticed? Well, I noticed that our dogs, we have 2 stray beagles named Pedro and Lulu. Their Hebrew names, by the way, are Pinchas and Leah. I noticed that the dogs sleep most of the day, except when they're barking at the mailman or at another dog walking by the house. And I am grateful when Lulu comes down to my office and sleeps at my feet while I'm working. I noticed that my wife, who teaches adult literacy, is so committed to her students that she was constantly working to get them on the internet and connected to Zoom so she could keep teaching them through the pandemic. And that she knows and cares almost as much about her students' families and their health as she does about our own. And I'm grateful that she has such a passion for teaching to keep her going during this pandemic. I noticed that my 15-year-old son has a flair for fashion and business, and he's really good at flipping designer tennis shoes on eBay. And I'm grateful that he has a few good friends who have formed a pod together and set up a clubhouse in our garage so they could hang out together during these long months when they couldn't go to high school. I noticed that my wife and my 19-year-old son like to sing along to the theme songs of TV shows they're watching. As the election heated up, they rewatched the entire 7 seasons of West Wing. And every night as I would sit at my desk on Zoom with my colleagues, we would hear dun 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 dun. And I'm grateful that my colleagues joined in and always wanted to know where Amy and Sam were in the series. I noticed that even though we only subscribed to the New York Times home delivery on weekends, the newspaper delivery would often give us extra copies during the weekday, along with our Washington Post. And I am grateful that the paper came every day, reminding me what day it was by looking at the date on the front page. I noticed that people gave help to those in need in every way imaginable, in big gestures and small, in public and in private. And I am grateful for the major gifts that help tens of thousands of people, and for the small gifts for everyone who helped even one person stay afloat these past months. You know, Judaism is a religion of gratitude. The Talmud teaches that we are obligated to say 100 blessings a day. And who among us could fulfill such a mitzvah without feeling blessed ourselves at the end of that spiritual practice? Indeed, this practice goes so deep that Jews are actually forbidden from benefiting from anything in the world without first saying a blessing. But this practice goes even deeper. The Talmud also teaches that a blessing is found only in an object that is hidden. Now, on the surface, this is puzzling. Of course, we say blessings over food, ritual objects, and even clothes. So it can't be that we don't bless things that are seen. Rather, this teaching comes to help us understand that the source of our gratitude is deeper than the material thing. It is in the very essence of our relationship to the world around us, the unnoticed power we all have to shape our world for the better. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, the great rabbi and theologian, wrote that it is gratefulness that makes the soul great. Indeed, imagine how great our souls can be if we express gratitude not just for what everyone notices, but for what is largely gone unnoticed. After the death of a great teacher, the Kutzker Rabbi asked one of the teacher's students, "What was most important to your teacher?" The The student answered, whatever he was doing at the moment. If only we have the self-discipline, the inner strength, to be grateful for whatever blessing it is we are experiencing at the moment. Allow me to end with a word about the pandemic. Surely when the first days of gratitude were held in the spring, we all thought that by this time, by the days of gratitude 2.0, we would be out of the woods. And yet, the case numbers and the deaths are higher than ever. Surely there is light at the end of the tunnel with the development of the COVID vaccines. But how long this will take to restore our lives to something resembling normal cannot be predicted. Let us go forward in confidence that brighter days are ahead. With gratitude to the scientists, the medical professionals, the public health leaders, and all who are working on solutions day and night, let us show our gratitude for living in a time and place when such challenges can be met and overcome, even if it takes longer than we had hoped. It seems appropriate to end with the words of Lord Rabbi Jonathan Sacks, of blessed memory, who we lost in recent weeks. After having seen the terrible destruction caused by a hurricane in his native England, and then seeing the homes rebuilt and the forests regrown, Rabbi Sacks said, nature recovers, so does mankind. With our prayers that God will bring healing to the sick and comfort to the bereaved, and that we will all lock arms to rebuild what has been lost, I welcome you to Days of Gratitude 2.0.